Hi everyone, my name is Mishkin Santa and I'm the International Tax Director at the Wolf Group. Today we're going to be talking about non-resident aliens that sell U.S. real property, which deals with an area of tax law called FIRPTA. FIRPTA stands for the Foreign Investment in Real Property Act, so in case you want to look that up, that's what it stands for. Let's take the G4 visa holder as an example and let's walk through a couple basics. Let's assume I'm a G4 visa holder and I have real property that I own in the state of Maryland. Let's assume that the house fair market value is now $900,000. Let's assume I purchased the house for $750,000. And then let's assume that I've lived in the house as my primary residence for 2 out of the last 5 years. If I sell the house for $900,000, my gain will be $150,000. Now, I have the ability to exclude, if I'm single, $250,000 of gain, or if I'm married, $500,000 of gain. So under this scenario, I would pay no U.S. tax because I'm able to exclude the full $150,000. But wait a minute, my withholding agent, which is typically your escrow or title agent, the person that transacts the closing of the sale of the property, tells me that they need to withhold 10% of the sales price and remit that to the IRS. This is where FIRPTA comes in. FIRPTA basically says that if I'm a non-resident alien and I'm selling U.S. real property valued between $300,000 and $1 million, I must withhold 10%. If it's over $1 million, then I must withhold 15%. But what about the 121 exclusion and the fact that I don't owe any tax? Can something be done to cure this issue? Yes, it can. You can prepare IRS Form 8288B. This is a key form needed in order to avoid this problem. So, how do we do this? This is very critical because the timing is super important. First off, when you have that contract for sale, you need to immediately think, I need to prepare the Form 8288B. Once you prepare that form, it has to go to a couple different places. First off, it has to be sent to the IRS because they have to approve your calculations. The second thing is that the form has to be given to the withholding agent, again in this case, escrow or title. And third, you really should notify all the parties involved, which is the buyer and anyone else that may be involved in the transaction, to let them know what you're doing. The more people that know, the better, okay? What happens is when the IRS receives this form, they'll check your math and they'll say, that calculation, it looks correct. We're going to go ahead and notify the withholding agent not to withhold or to withhold a lower amount than either the 10% or 15%. So what happens is upon closing, the right amount of tax is withheld and you can go your merry way at closing with the money from the proceeds from the sale of the home. But what happens if, like a lot of people, I don't submit the form timely or I don't do it at all? What will happen is that that withholding agent will then take that money that they withhold, in our example $90,000, they'll send that down to the IRS, and what you'll have to do is you'll have to file a tax return at the end of your taxable year to claim that as a refund. So in our example, let's assume that I sold the house on June 1st, 2019, and the withholding agent withheld $90,000 even though my tax due on the transaction is $0. What do? I would have to wait until late January or early February 2020 to file my 2019 tax return and claim that refund. Even worse, I'll have to wait somewhere between 3 and 6 months to get that refund back. So in essence, I've just given Uncle Sam a no-interest loan because I failed to properly complete the Form 8288B. So in summary, there are 2 ways to deal with FIRPTA. The easy way, which is the Form 8288B, or the hard way, which is to let the transaction close without doing the form and filing a tax return at the close of your taxable year.